We watched these in descending order of budget.
We did.
And it turned out to be an ascending order of entertainment.
Well, now that's arguable in this area.
Okay, fair enough.
We're gonna have to figure that out.
You're the only one that's excited about this. This movie was fucking horrible.
It was way worse than I could have imagined.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I still loved it.
Nothing at all.
Also, but you know, she magically changes outfits, but that apparently is one of her powers, because later we see go through the trees.
Oh yeah.
How? And we can't call it a magical plot. We can only call this magical shenanigans.
Yes.
That's the weirdest thing, is at this point in the movie, everything just comes to a halt story-wise. So we can turn into like a PG-rated movie with shenanigans and pranks and.
Meanwhile,
the
crazy witch lady and her crazy witch best middle-aged friend discover a hot fella.
Yeah.
This is what's going on in the movie.
So she's wasting time with that.
She is a strong, independent woman, and if she wants some lovin', don't hold that against her world domination plans.
Fuck everything. There's no plot.
No. No, there's a plot. They forgot about it.
That's another thing to point out, is technically and visual effects wise, this is on par with the first two movies.
Definitely, absolutely.
It looks like a movie. It just doesn't operate like a movie.
Well, the script is batshit insane.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have been crafty and saved the life of Alina's father.
That's the total problem with this movie. It's shot wonderfully. They spent a bunch of money on it. The actors are doing the best with what they're given.
Yeah.
And it's not any sort of agenda, any sort of mean spirit. It's just like, of course she wants a man. Everybody wants a man.
It's innocent in the way that your grandparents accidentally slipping racial slurs is innocent. That's what this movie is.
Yeah. Oh, God.
They don't know any better.
I don't know it.
She's in the woods. She's got to frolic with bunnies.
I will say, I mean, I watched this several times as a kid. I still kind of like it.
What did you see in it?
Oh God! No. I grew up on a farm, and we didn't have.
You can end it right there. Cut.
So the next movie we watched was a step down in the budget department.
This is the redheaded stepchild.
Oh, I'm sorry, mind your way?
No, not at all. I was just taking some nature shots, and you just so happened to walk up.
You know him? What? I saw you way down there. God, oh, that is horrible. That's horrible. And he wasn't even like just traveling, like he was just wandering the woods.
Oh my God.
This is where the movie got less interesting, though. We described everything that's funny, and then the movie gets dull for a while.
That's my favorite picture right there. The way that your eyes stand out against the trees and the rocks and everything else in the background, it's incredible.
What? We use the word schlock a lot, but if you were to look up schlock in the dictionary, it would be that scene.
It's just zoom, bam, what?
There's some more schlock in this movie.
What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just that you're beautiful.
That is night.
That is nighttime. Yeah.
They have so much light blasting on her to make it look like daylight.
So they take him off. He's got polio, right?
Yeah.
He's got a limp.
He's got a they say he has polio. But that's how you express polio visually, is just give him a goofy limp.
No explanation for that.
No.
That's fucking lazy.
That's super lazy. Going along with the first movie.
What a dick!
Let's move on to the surprise hit of the night.
Well, this movie, I think tonight was the real diamond in the rough. I think everyone expected this to be horrible. Yeah. And it was the most competent movie we watched. This movie is the movie that never should have been made or seen. It was made solely so, I don't know what company it was. It was like a small German company.
Something like that, yeah.
It was made so whoever had the rights could hold on to the rights. Yeah. And they said, make us a movie as cheaply as you possibly can.
So the budget was $1 million?
Budget was $1 million.
Something like that, yeah.
And it's a recipe for an absolutely terrible movie.
Well, that's the reputation it has.
That's the reputation
I've been
it has.
hearing about this movie
But
for 2 decades.
They genuinely tried.
There's no filler, there's no pointless bullshit. You understand character motivation, you understand what everybody is trying to do.
What everybody wants, you understand it, and they're making actions to accomplish these things they want to do.
In every scene has a purpose. Yeah. Every single little thing moves the story along or moves the characterization along, almost like a movie should do.
It's shot in a way where it's like, okay, they don't have the budget to do this in, ways where they can do anything, so they're going to shoot it in sort of a creative way to get around that, and that makes it charming.
Speaking of the costumes in this, they look like they were sewn. Yeah. But because we care about these characters and because they're trying, it works.
Yeah, it's okay.
A complete opposite where he's got this crappy costume and he's a crappy actor and it sucks. Crappy costume, actual characters, written characters, it works.
Guess what, Rich? At least they bothered to introduce the costumes in this movie. As opposed to either of these where it's just like, oops, costume.
It was almost a running theme where the costumes just magically appeared.
Until we got here.
Until we got here. The shittiest movie, they bothered to explain that detail.
I wonder if there's more behind the story of why this was never released than we know, because this is a pretty competent movie. And it looks like the people that made it tried to do the best they could with the budget they have. And if this was something that was just made to hold on to the rights, I would think it would be much, much crappier than this.
Right.
So I don't know, there might be more to the story than we know.
Right, and the scuttlebutt was that they didn't tell the actors that it was just being made as a
They're
copyright
trying.
thing.
This time, the bell tolls for thee.
I will say one of the weakest aspects of the movie, and this makes me wonder if this is a complete version, because Doctor Doom, it sounds like it's the on-set audio.
It definitely does.
It's very muffled, and sometimes you don't know what the fuck he's saying.
He sounds a lot like Bane.
Yeah, and that makes you wonder, like, did they just not finish the post-production on the movie?
Well, Greg, the day has finally come.
And here's the thing that honestly, it's a handicap, because you know that this is a finished movie. This is a finished movie. This was never supposed to be real, so you don't know if it's a finished movie.
And it's
still better. it's still way better than either of these movies. And you don't even know if it's done.
You don't mess with the Gadget Master.
Dude, we almost died. Look at you. It's not cool.
This is a great example of a bad movie and a B movie, because the B movie gets thrown around a lot. This is a perfect example of them working with a crazy limited budget and being a little cheesy and being a little, like, for the time,
a lot cheesy.
being a lot cheesy.
And now compare that to where you have a big budget, you have world-class actors. These are people that have won Oscars. This is a big deal, and that movie is a piece of shit.
Yes.
Because the script
Embarrassing piece of shit.
Because the script is just completely fucked.
Yeah.
And like, you could afford to hire these great people to say this dumb shit.
Polish a turd.
Yes.
See it with an open mind. Look past the budget.
See it with an open mind and an open heart.